after the game. And actually, just before this, I was actually watching him, and he just dropped. He dropped to the ground after the game, and he was on the floor for a good minute. He was knackered, and he ran his socks off for the team yesterday.
He did. He worked super, super hard, and you can see the appreciation of his teammates after the game, giving him a hug. He seems to have acclimatized well in the dressing room, which is really great, especially coming from a team like Bayern Munich. You know, it could have been easy for him to be a bit have a bit of arrogance and be a bit of a big head, but he seems to have acclimatized well. People seem to have taken to him.
Yeah, and he seems to have a really good camaraderie with his teammates already, which is great to see.
Which is what we heard. I can't remember who said it, but I think it might have been Plettenberg. But he said he's known actually for having a really good attitude, and actually he's quite popular in the Bayern dressing room.
Yeah, and Keane said it as well about how much of a hard worker he is. So a few different pieces of evidence. Next up is quotes from Decky on Vicario, and he says, "I'm a huge fan of Vicario, huge fan. His energy is unmatched. He is fantastic. I told him, when you come back, the whole stadium needs to feel it. That's what he does. He's an unbelievable goalkeeper. He made a couple of saves, and so with him back, it's a big player." And I kind of agree with that. And you said in the 5 takeaways, I think it was, we maybe didn't realise how much we missed him until he's come back. But I feel like in the past couple of weeks, I think we're all probably feeling that we're missing Vicario.
Definitely. And I think he's been pretty good this season. He's been in great form. And I think he's such a loud voice, and he gives so much energy to the team. And obviously he's a fantastic shot stopper, and he makes such fantastic saves, and I think he really helps probably organise the back line a bit better than the other goalkeepers that we have. And I think he's a big influence on the team, and I think Decky clearly realises that, and I think he's a big influence in the dressing room. I think he's probably missed in the dressing room as well.
Absolutely. And you saw him every time when he was injured on the sidelines, he was basically acting as a second manager at times.
Yeah.
And you could just see how desperate he was to get back on.
Even when other people wanted him to sharp, you can tell the coaching staff, he couldn't help himself.
Yeah. Next up is Vicario on Instagram, a selfie of him and Mickey van der Ven saying he misses me so much.
Yeah, well, us too. We miss Mickey. Let's hope he's the next one on the line.
Yeah, let's hope so. This next one is tail after the game. That's the same video, so we'll move down to Kuti Romero celebrating James Maddison's goal.
Got him and Richarlison there, you can see on the bench. Romero a bit more active. Maybe Richarlison not wanting to re-injure himself, but he sprung up quite very quickly there, Romero. You can see that. Maybe the calf's getting better.
Of everyone that we're seeing on the sidelines there, Romero seems to be more fully COYS than any of them.
Yeah, come on. Who else? Is anyone else there? Can't tell.
Yeah, I don't know.
No.
Only Richarlison and some coaches, I think.
Brilliant. So that's great to see Romero celebrating. A lot of people saying they haven't seen him on the bench, but he was there yesterday.
Yeah. Fresh out of Qatar, apparently.
He made it in time for the game.
Yeah.
Angry Ginge saying,
exactly,
he was there.
Yeah. Johnny H saying 1,700 is what I predicted, but the reports of being 400-500 are just troublemakers. Some on my timeline calling me delusional. It was only a handful. This is just the beginning.
Yeah, it was definitely more than 400-500. It was probably triple that.
Yeah.
That's probably closer to the real figure.
Opta Joe saying 2. Tottenham have won back-to-back Premier League games versus Brentford and Manchester United for just the second time this season. Also in September was versus Brentford and Manchester United.
Can we play Brentford and Man United every week? That'd be nice.
Yeah.
So we'll win every game. But yeah, it's the first time since September. God, it's
been a while.
Yeah, it has been a while. Let's make it 3 in a row. Come on.
Fun fact from StatMuse says Tottenham have played 5 games versus Manchester teams this season, 3 versus Man United, 2 versus Man City, and they've won all 5. So maybe we should be wanting to play Manchester teams every week.
Come on, we're the Manchester Killers.
Squawker, these are Jed Spence games by numbers. Most final third entries in the game, 9. Most duels won, 6. Most shots blocked, 2. Most successful take-ons, 2. Most fouls won, 2. 4 times possession, 1. 2 tackles. And 0 times dribble pass.
And look at that heat map as well. You can see very concentrated in the United half.
Yeah.
Like he was very high up. And I thought he was just phenomenal. Very brave. It was just a near perfect fullback performance from him. It was so great.
Jacko Katz saying, I don't think in my life a player has proved me wrong more than Jed Spence. I always knew he was a talent, but I had no confidence in his mentality and his growth as a player. Now he looks like a top player, putting a player like Porro into huge pressure. As a fan of Porro, I won't be mad if Pedro loses his spot for Jed. I've already apologised, but I will again. Now I'm a believer of Jed. So happy that his potential didn't get wasted. Huge credit to him and to Ange. And this is in response to Jacko. If you scroll down to this picture here, it says in 2024, so in December 2024, so not long ago, he says, Spence is not a good player. He did nothing to prove me wrong. I've been following him in his last loans, epitome of a mediocre player.
Jeez.
And then he says, the facts you say Spence is better than Porro worries me. And then he said, how can you all be brainwashed by a Twitter account? He made you believe Spence is our saviour.
Dare I say who that Twitter account is?
Yeah. Dare you?
Huh?
Go on.
No, I'm asking. Is it the guy? Is it the guy we're thinking of?
I don't know.
Makes bold and brash
It's
acclamations.
not. Apparently, it's not him.
It's not him.
Oh, maybe it is. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah,
It could be.
invert.
Yeah, he's not.
He's got to be
He's not
invert.
atted, but
It's got to be him.
invert never misses.
he
mate.
never misses.
He never misses.
God. He's a character.
One of
that's
a
for sure.
kind.
One of a kind. But yeah, look, I think Jed has proved a lot of people wrong. Not just people, not just fans, but managers as well. Not even managers at this club. Conte, other managers who else didn't use him. I guess it's Conte. Conte and who. Was he apart from Conte and Ange? Is that it? Is that who he's been?
He was signed under Conte.
He was signed under Conte. Other managers he's been on loan at didn't want to use him. So I think he's proved a lot of managers wrong so far. Look, he's got to keep it up. He's got to be consistent. But right now, he's playing at a very high level and probably the highest level of his career. And
for sure.
probably best he's played since he had that run for Forest.
Yeah, and we were all so excited when we signed him because we saw that performance against Arsenal for Forest in the Cup where he completely tore them a new one. And we're finally starting to see what he's all about. And it's great.
And when it comes with him and Porro, I still think Porro, obviously, that passing ability is better than Jed. But I think what Jed has over him could really help plug that gap that we seem to have at the right, where he just has that recovery pace, which Porro doesn't have.
Yeah.
And so defensively, we probably look a bit more solid with him. And then going forward, we probably don't have the quality that Porro has, but he still has that ability to get to the byline, whip balls across the face of goal. Maybe not with the quality that Porro does, and also in build-up, he probably doesn't break through the opposition press with his passing, but he can probably break through it with his dribbling, which we've seen. So whatever he doesn't have with Porro's passing, he can make up for it in other areas, I think.
You know what, as well, like everyone, ever since we lost them, was pining to get back to that sort of dynamic duo of Danny Rose and Kyle Walker. And I feel like Destiny Udogie and Jed Spence will probably be the closest thing that we've had since, if we play both of them. Ollie Davis says, rather than criticising Ange for not playing Spence earlier, perhaps he deserves a lot of credit after failed loan moves and dismissed by plenty of managers. I would say that Ange has had him in training pretty much since the beginning of the season. He keeps praising him and he keeps overplaying players. So even when he did bring him on in certain amount of games, like the Coventry game and I think the Man United game at Old Trafford, and some other games on top of that, he showed a lot of good stuff on the pitch. So when he's had limited availability and limited chances in the opening stage of the season, I think even off the back of that, he earned more minutes and he just never got it.
Yeah, but does Ange not deserve any credit for the level that Spence is on now?
I think yes, but we should have seen this level a lot earlier in the season.
Yeah, that's fair. But as well, maybe it's a case of just because he showed a good attitude in the summer, which is why Ange kept him on, it's still about proving you can do that over a longer period. Maybe he just had to earn the trust. It's
not just a good attitude in the summer, but he was one of our best performers in pre-season. And also, like I said, the cameo performances that he kept us in the cup at Coventry and every other time he came on the pitch, he's pretty much played well. So I don't think there was a reason to leave him out for as long as he did.
Maybe not, but I think as fans, when we're looking at performance level, probably not. But maybe behind the scenes, there are just things that he's done which he needs to earn the trust of everyone in terms of getting regular starts and stuff like that. And obviously, he's kind of been forced into it. And the way he's played has been absolutely brilliant. And the fact that he's, kept his head down and clearly his attitude has changed from since before the loan spell means that now that he's earned his chance and taken it with both hands, he's now reaping the benefits. But why he didn't get more maybe playing time at the beginning, I mean, look, other managers have not played him at all. So Ange was still playing him a bit. I know it was maybe not enough for our liking, but it was playing him a lot more than other managers were playing him. So I think I would like to have seen him a bit earlier and probably give him more time.
You're talking about though, really?
Well, the Leeds manager didn't like him.
The Leeds manager, when was that?
Last season.
He was at Genoa last season, or you mean the first part of last season?
Yeah, they sent him back because he had bad attitude problems.
Yeah,
he said
true.
that. So this is
But he got consistent minutes at Genoa.
He got consistent minutes at Genoa, but I'm just saying, other managers have complained about attitude problems and things like that, and that's always something that's kind of followed him around. And maybe she had to show that his attitude had really changed before he started trusting him. Maybe that was the case.
But I mean, Ange always talked about, even in pre-season, about how good his attitude has been, and that was all the way back in pre-season. So if his attitude has been good ever since then, he was taken out the Europa League squad. And credit to Spence, with a player with a history of bad attitude, to get left out the Europa League squad where he probably felt that's where his minutes were going to come from, to keep your head screwed on and to keep going and to keep fighting and to be where he is now. I think credit to him. I do say credit to Ange for the level that he's playing at the moment, but I just feel like he should have been playing a lot earlier in the season, no doubt about it. And there was no reason to leave him out the Europa League squad either. Next up is Premier League. Jed Spence was busy up and down the left, and look at that heat map.
Yeah,
not the heat map, but touch map.
Yeah, a lot of prop for Spence here, but as you can see, was just getting the ball a lot in dangerous areas, and this is why United really struggled to contain him. Yeah. And I thought the inverted role really served him well yesterday, actually.
Next up is TNT Sport on Jed Spence. Most duels won, most shots blocked, most final third entry, most successful take-ons, wasn't dribbled past, and there's him with his Man of the Match award in the training room, the dressing room yesterday.
Just missing that cigar again.
Yeah, exactly.
When's he getting the cigar back out?
When we win a trophy. Henry Winter says Spurs deserve this win. Hungrier and better organised than Manchester United, and Maddison clinical when it counted. Spence excellent, and Bergvall too.
Yeah, I think that was the reality for it. I think, yes, United had chances and they had periods, but I think by and large we were probably just that bit more organised and had that. I think we were a bit sharp and had that bit more quality on the day, and I think that was what the difference was.
Yeah. Maddison yesterday, these were the moments we were talking about before in terms of shithousery, and you just love to see it, don't you? Roy Keane, eat your heart out, mate.
Yeah, I wonder what Roy's saying. I'm sure Roy will be saying, it's only Man United, there's only one game, blah, blah, blah. And he's probably right, to be honest. But Maddison was just not going to let those words go unpunished, as they say.
Absolutely. Who Scored says Tottenham secure successive Premier League clean sheets for the first time since October 2023.
That was last season.
Yep.
Beginning of last season.
Which is mad.
Well, we got them now. Let's go for 3 in a row.
Let's go for 3 in a row, exactly. BBC Sports says Spurs are the first team to beat Man United 3 times in one season since Chelsea in 2012-2013. It's finished 1-0 to Tottenham at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Chelsea 12-20. That was under Rafa Benitez, I remember, for Chelsea. And United were under Fergie. So first time post-Fergie, someone's done it. Come on.
Tottenham feed showing Solanke's Instagram when with Jed Spence saying, "What a player."
Fantastic. And that's also great that he's feeling the love from the teammates. And that goes a long way because it shows that in the dressing room, he's very popular. And I think if he didn't have a good attitude, maybe, he would rub people the wrong way. But it seems as though people are, liking him at the moment.
Absolutely. Change for Tottenham says, thank you for capturing the moments. And that's obviously to the live stream and everything like that we did yesterday of the protest. Hope you guys were watching. Hotspur Report says, Thomas Tuchel, are you watching? And then there's a stats about Jed Spence again. He's got to get the call, surely.
Come on, Tuchel. Make the call.
I think he'd be so good in a Tuchel system as well.
I agree, because Tuchel sometimes he used to play sometimes a right-footed left-back as well, Tuchel. So I think Spence could do that.
Lyndon, change for Spurs, says, I still can't quite believe how so many people showed up to push for change today. We cannot be ignored any longer. Thank you to every single one of you. Every single one of you counts. We're only just getting started. And just look at those images yesterday. That one, this one here, look at that. Unbelievable. I'm trying to see if I can see myself in there, but no, I can't. Too many people.
Yeah,
next up, that's the banners right at the beginning of the protest.
I can see
Can you?
Yeah.
You what? Oh, 1 minute.
Is that me?
You're holding a phone up in front of there. I remember you standing there in the vlog.
Wait, show me. Put the mouse there again.
Did you have a hat on? Did you have a hat on yesterday?
I had some points I did, some points I didn't.
Was it that? Is that you? No. Next to Ricky's out there. I can see Ricky Sachs. Right at the front.
And Graham behind me.
Yeah. So that is you.
That could be me, yeah. That could be me.
Is that, were you wearing, was that the hat you were wearing? Was it a Spurs hat or was it one of those?
No, I was wearing a black hat.
Black?
Yeah.
Oh. So maybe that can't be you then. I don't know.
It might just be my bald head.
Maybe. Doesn't look like a head, it looks like a hat.
Well, anyway, it could be me, it might not be me, but it does fairly look like me. But anyway, next picture is of the banners. Next, look at that, so many people. Never seen the high road so packed before.
Come on.
And the last one is just of the banner inside the stadium. So great work from everyone, and big up to Lyndon from Change for Spurs.
No sign of anyone taking down the banners yesterday?
No, nothing.
There you go.
Lily White Lab says, Jed Spence is legitimately one of the league's best fullbacks. Consistency is incredible. Intensity and focus on defending is his 1v1s. Incredible carrier, and his quick footwork and rapid acceleration. Really good connectivity with his teammates in tight areas as well. And spot on.
Definitely. Yeah, and I just think he's really stepped on in all facets of his game, Jed. So it's really great.
Next up is Simon Yemene saying, one of the most complete performances from a Spurs player that I've seen this season. Would you agree with that?
Big praise. I think it was his best performance of the season. I'm trying to think of other more complete performances rather than... I think we've given a few players 10 out of 10, haven't we? I think Decky's had a few unbelievable performances. Maddison as well, I think, has had probably some really... Earlier in the season, had some really great performances.
I think the only thing that was missing from Jed Spence's performance yesterday was probably a goal contribution. He probably would have got a 10.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. So it was close. It was close, to be honest.
THFC Report saying Maddison and Danso. So Maddison... put on Instagram, big fella on smoke. Dancer says Madders is back.
Is that King Madders with the crown?
King Madders.
The King Madders, come on.
Hotspur Reports, look at this lovely image from Tell and Odebear before the game yesterday. You can see that bromance is going to start flourishing.
Come on, Agent Odebear getting this one. He definitely got this one over the line.
100%.
Come on.
Mari says, a captain encouraging his teammates. This is Sonny before the game, just giving words of advice and some motivational talks to each and every one of his players.
Come on, Bergval's he's getting an extended one. He's getting an extended one, Bergval. Come on, Sonny. Well, everyone was fired up at the beginning, so it was great.
Yeah. What would you do for one of those Sonny hugs, man?
Oh, many things.
Eurofoot saying, on Thursday night, Nabil Bentaleb returned to full training for Lille after suffering a cardiac arrest. Tonight, which was yesterday, he scored on his return for the French club in the game against Rennes. He literally got a goal 4 minutes after being subbed on too. So big up to Nabil Bentaleb.
Yeah, delighted for him. Obviously, someone who came through the Tottenham Academy. He's had I don't know how old he is now. He's probably in his 30s, but probably a very worrying for a player to go through that and come back and carry on playing, and him to score in his return. Lovely moment for him. Really, really special for him. So really happy for him.
Yeah. Let's scroll down to Carly on you Spurs. Says, look how happy they are to see Cuti Romero not wearing a fuck-ass ripped jeans.
Yeah, look at a lot of
so
hugs.
delighted to see Romero yesterday.
Yeah, I wonder if he wasn't there before the game.
Yeah, it
or
feels
something.
like it's like the first time they're seeing him in ages, don't you
Yeah,
think?
look at him. He's like, wow, you're back. You're here. Maybe they're just happy with the win, but maybe, yeah, it looks
Straight
like
from the airport to the ground after arriving back from Qatar.
they look delighted to see him. And hopefully when he gets back on the pitch, they'll also give him a lift.
Yeah.
You can see how much they love him. It's great.
Spurs Watch saying, this is Tell's story on Instagram. This was brilliant, actually. Tell put this picture up with the quote saying, you picked the wrong club.
Oh, brilliant. He said that. That's so funny. Love it. Come on, Tell, with the shithousery. Come on. Come on.
Tottenham Hotspur, this is what it means. And look at Vicario. Look at Vicario. Man. The passion.
God, that vein's going to pop any moment with
Literally.
you screaming. Come on. Love Big Vic.
Pro Tottenham says, hasn't been seen in months and shows up on the day that there's a mass protest against Levy. We see you, Cuti Romero.
Cuti was leading the protest 100%. 100%. He was in that crowd. No doubt about it. You can't convince me otherwise.
Ayudi says, Mickey Son spotted. Just a nice hug from Mickey van der Ven and Sonny after the game yesterday.
Yeah, let's hope that they're back soon. Let's hope they're back soon because, that's just the final piece of the puzzle now. We just need back fit. And all of a sudden, we're looking like a good team again.
Next up is that Sonny and Lucas hug that we've been through. Jed Spence posted this saying, still hungry after the game yesterday.
Come on. He ate yesterday, that's for sure.
Scroll down. Yeah, that's the one.
Come on. They're getting a lot of action out of that Decky quote, aren't they?
They are. After that was Spurs putting out the eyes emoji to Maddison.
Maddison giving the side eye to Keane, I think. He's like, you should have. Well, you said what you said, Roy. That's what you're saying.
SZY comp saying our best player by a country mile to Jed Spence. Alex saying, Daniel Levy, get out of our club. I swear I was in that.
You are at the beginning. You're right there.
Oh, yeah.
There you are.
That's just as I was getting pulled to the BBC for an interview.
Oh, did you do it?
Yeah.
And where was it
I
shown?
don't know if it will show. Lizzie, that's the guy. He just pulls me.
I see. Ben had a bigger fish to fry.
Exactly. Spurs Express saying Tottenham fans using banners to protest against the board today. Brilliant stuff. Hotspur related saying Maddison now has 9 Premier League goals this season and is Tottenham's top goal scorer in the competition. His best return in a single campaign was 12 goals, 21-22 for Leicester.
Yeah, and I think his goal scoring has gone way under the radar, and I really think he can beat that tally for Leicester. And I think he's going to end up with a really good total, I think.
Hinachi looks like from Japan. I'm just translating it. Says, yes, I'm glad I was awake. It's fun to watch while listening to the live commentary of We Are Tottenham TV. Solanke, please come back soon. And he was watching your watch along in tandem with the game. Look at that.
Big up Hinachi, all the way from Japan. We see you. And we know that our commentary is better than Sky Sports. We know that. So big up to you. Come on.
Only when you're in the studio.
Of course.
And then finally, we're going to end off with a bit of Yang Min Hyuk love because he had his first start in QPR colours on the weekend on Friday night. Got his first goal contribution and some really exciting moments in the game as well. So Joel Kim says, game's mostly been played through the other side of the field, but the most impressive move by Yang Min Hyuk here, dodges a defender and drives forward and passes to Sato. That move, that speed.
Yeah, and mate, look at that. Rapid, isn't he? Absolutely rapid. So delighted for him. I think the assist was very impressive as well. But it looked like he had a really positive first start.
Yeah, and then Joel Kim as well saying,
that touch, poof.
This touch for the assist is like
delightful.
Proper amazing.
And then a lovely ball inside.
Look at that touch to get away from that defender. And that defender's like double his size as well.
Yeah, tricky little little customer, isn't he? That defender got absolutely nowhere near the ball, and the lovely play from Yang, and really great to see him making a positive impact. Because I remember as well on his debut, he came off the bench and had a shot which nearly scored, and so he looks like he's had really positive impact so far at QPR.
Yeah, I saw a lot of tweets from QPR fans after the game saying, "Can we just start this guy every game, please?"
Well, let's hope so, and let's hope he keeps adapting well, because he seems to be doing really well at the moment.
Yeah, and Joel Kim as well. That move, this is the move that we saw before, but just zoomed in a little bit. Just look at the way he takes it past that player, and then the little 1-2 kept running. Brilliant stuff.
Fantastic, yeah, and it's hard. He's hard to catch him.
And this is the goal contribution just in full.
Yeah,
just that touch and
just one little touch and he's gone. He's away. Very, very quick.
So, yeah, lovely stuff. So that
Big
is
up to
the
Yang.
way the internet did react to the game yesterday.